during this program, what we're going to do is bring together the simplicity and depth of spiritual practice and inquiry, coming from the meditation traditions of learning to rest in the vastness and openness and tenderness of our mind and hearts, and bring that together with our questions around politics, economics, social justice, and hold those two as an inseparability. And again, I think that to me is the heart of the matter, is there's not a choice here. We're no longer in a time or a space where we can hold the spiritual and the socio-political as two separate realms. They are utterly inseparable. They are interdependent, and it's not a choice. So therefore, we need to bring together the meditative traditions and the socio-political traditions. And in fact, that's how things worked in many ways in the past, in traditional Buddhist cultures and in many contemplative traditions. But the conditions in the present right now really are demanding this of us. In very simple terms, the morning of our retreat will be in silence, where we'll have space and time and teachings for how to inquire into the more personal, individual dimensions of being someone in the modern world who is hurting about our spiritual lives, our ethical lives, and our political lives. And to provide practices and support to feel what we're feeling as modern subjects, to feel the hurt, to feel the anger, to feel the inspiration, the longing, the vision. And so we're going to be focusing on spiritual practices of meditation as well as inquiry, where we are going to follow a thread of investigation into our bodies and into our minds, our psyches, to understand how we have been affected by our political history, our economic history, the history of racism, the history of environmental destruction, how these are actually already present in our being and need to be addressed, our wounds, our structures that affect us. So the morning will be in silence with a lot of space for this kind of spiritual inquiry and focus. And then in the afternoons and evenings, we're going to be doing more collective work in dialogue with each other, with teachings that are more specific to issues such as sustainability and ecology, social justice, a lot around economics, but not as we normally think of economics, like in a graduate school or some kind of economics 101, but really the kind of living potency of the way flows of economic currency and information actually affect us as modern people. So I'll be drawing on materials from really radical social, economic, and political thinkers that will help us to understand how some of these broader structures affect our sense of self. So the afternoons will be more learning and more collective conversation, and drawing on the experience and richness of whoever shows up, whoever is in the space with us. And there'll be a lot of room for people to contribute their experience and their questions.